Alright guys, and welcome back to The Sims 4 Love Island, hosted by me, the one and only Hot Dogs. And when we last left off, we had a huge recoupling ceremony where the baddest bitch of all, Ilana, was sent home, as well as the supernatural witch, Kira. And I told you all that the couples now will be the final couples, and they're moving on to the Winter Love Island house in South Africa that was featured in the Love Island UK Season 6. If that made any sense. I feel like that sentence didn't make sense. Anyway, but yeah, I have moved them all here, and this is where they're all going to spend their time leading up to the finale, which is next week, okay guys? So we are getting close to the end. But that doesn't mean that I have a little twist up my sleeve that we'll see take place later on in the episode. But at first, I'm going to have all of the couples enter one by one and see how they like the new house. Unfortunately, it looks like Luna and Cole, who are our first couple to enter. Luna is sad for some reason. She went straight to the bed and went under the covers and cried. Meanwhile, Cole decided to go upstairs to the new bathroom and get in the hot tub. So he just doesn't care that she's upset. I don't even know if he knows. But we're going to go ahead and have our second couple enter the house, which is going to be Ava and Garrison. Of course, Andre Chastain has to give us a call first. I'm just going to ignore that. But yeah, Ava and Garrison get to enter now. Alright, they seem to be impressed with the place. They seem to like it. If you notice in this build, in the last villa, and like a few of the other builds in the gallery, all of these were made before I realized you could just put the fencing like right at the top of the stairs instead of over there where you can see it. So you'll notice there's all these like stupid fencing lines on my stairs in both this house and the last one. Just ignore those. I was dumb, immature, and unwise like 3 or so months ago, so just look past that. Ava and Garrison, they went straight upstairs to the upstairs garden, and Ava decides to get into the pool and sunbathe while Garrison goes to the bar next to it and starts practicing making drinks before everyone else arrives, watching his lovely woman float in front of him. Alright, and then it does seem as though Luna and Cole have now realized that they have guests in the house. They're not the only ones here anymore, and they have gone to join them in the upstairs garden as well. Cole, of course, immediately heads to the keg and starts getting real juiced. Meanwhile, Luna just goes to the bar and starts socializing with everyone right away. And of course, throughout this whole series, I have featured music from my friend Dalton Darling. Make sure you go on Spotify or Apple Music, or find him on Twitter or Facebook by that name. If you like it, please reach out to him and let him know. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. If you don't like the music, just don't pay attention to it, and don't thumbs down my video and just keep watching. I'm sorry. But I just thought it was perfect for the series. All of it's very dancey and sexual, and that's exactly what Love Island is to me, very pop, bright, and sexy. So I decided to put that music in the series to hopefully add a nice little touch to it. Alright, and then after I send this guy home and try to cancel the welcome wagon from coming over, we can now introduce our newly found gay couple, Colton, I want to call him Cole. Colton and Joffrey. And of course, Colton is our supernatural alien who is under disguise. Still no one knows he's an alien. I don't know how I feel about this couple. It's not very genuine to me. Like, I felt like Joffrey didn't get the person he wanted, but he still wanted to stay. I felt like the same thing happened with Colton. Like, he was hooking up with Alana and stuff like that. I just don't really see, I don't feel like it's genuine. And it sucks that our first, like, gay relationship is the two of them, and I don't think it's genuine. I wish we had more genuine gay relationships form in the house, whether it be lesbian or gay or whatever it is. But sadly, it just didn't happen naturally for some reason. The Sims 4 is homophobic.
I like it hard. I like it dark. I like your bark. You are a shark. I like it tough. I like it rough. I like your scruff. You are hot stuff.
Alright, and then it seems as though Garrison and Cole are two macho buff bros. They found the gym in the downstairs garden, and they went straight there just in time for me to find out the unfortunate news that Luna, our mermaid, is pregnant with Cole's baby. I clearly don't know what I'm doing when it comes to like MC Command Center or like blocking pregnancies from happening. Someone down below, like, tell me how, because like I've extended how many Sims you can have in my household, and I always think I turn off so that you can get pregnant, and then somehow they always manage to get pregnant, and it's ruining my series, and I'm getting paranoid of what's going to happen to my future series if everyone just keeps getting pregnant. That being said, they are probably like one of the best pregnant couples we've had. How many have we even had at this point? Is this my second? I don't even know. It feels like everyone's getting pregnant. That being said, we can now have our fourth couple. I had to think about that. Our fourth couple enter the house, and that is, of course, our vampire Xavier and Aurora. I almost called her Alana. Gosh, I'm so, like, thrown off now by the whole Luna pregnancy thing. Xavier looks exhausted from the sunlight, so he's chilling inside, and thankfully Aurora actually chills with him. She, like, lights a fire for some reason, even though it's probably really hot. And she's just staying by her man, which is pretty nice. She doesn't just go straight off to go party. Alright, and then now we have our last couple to enter the new villa, and that is, of course, our moody Vivian and her redhead partner, Marcus. And they're here. Finally, we have everyone all together again in the new villa, ready to party and spend the first night there together. Sadly, it looks as though Ava is going to be spending that first night sunburnt. She is burnt to a crisp from tanning naked on that pool float. So that sucks for her, I guess. Alright, and so it looks as though everyone is pretty much starting to all gather together on that top garden. I've put a lot of stuff in this house for them to interact with. I felt like in the old villa there wasn't too much for them to do, and that was mainly because I wanted them to just focus on each other. But here they already have connections made pretty much, and there's a lot more downtime, so I've added a bunch of more games and stuff like darts and llama llama and a bunch of other kind of stuff like that, just so there's more to do and them to interact with. There's a chessboard, There's a lot of other stuff than this to do, which I find nice. We might get a bit of a break from just straight up woohooing, but I kind of doubt it. I doubt it. It's Love Island after all. Everyone's just chugging down juice, getting pumped, playing different kinds of games, just kind of laughing, having fun. I think that this week it should be pretty lighthearted. And I think that if any of the couples do end up splitting soon, I feel like it's going to be so much more personal than it was before. Like before it was just like someone new came in that you're interested in more, but now it's like, no, there's been people that I'm actually friends with that are here. So if they do end up straying and going to other people, I feel like it's going to be a lot more intense. I feel like there's going to be bigger fights if that happens, bigger meltdowns and stuff like that. But who knows? I could see it going smoothly or not. But I'd rather it not go smoothly, obviously. So I'm going to try to make sure it doesn't. And since Xavier is a vampire, he's like mildly burning to death. But like every single time I try to like bring him inside the villa, also like this is either falling in my face or when I lift it up, it looks like I have the hugest forehead of all time. I look like Kombucha Girl. Anyway, what I was saying is every time I try to bring Xavier into the house to like cool off, someone like Joffrey or someone comes up, interacts with him, and is like, let's go chug some juice. And he ends up going back outside. So I feel like he's just doomed to die. Like at this point, I'm just like, do you? I don't care. I'm going to stop telling you to go inside. I've done it enough times. All right. And then they didn't really get any alone time necessarily. God, this thing is always like, it's either in my face or if I try to like pull it up, it looks like I have like the biggest forehead ever. I look like Kombucha Girl. Anyway, Luna has decided that now is the perfect time for her to tell Cole that she is expecting his baby, and he takes it really well, which I'm not too surprised by. I mean, they do have a really high romance level, but they're really excited. I think it kind of brings them closer. And don't worry, you will be seeing like their baby and all the other Islanders that have gotten pregnant babies eventually. You will see them, but not right now. But it is pretty nice. They get along, and then she actually ends up serenading him in like her mermaid language, does like a love spell on him, probably to like ease the blow.
You going bath? With toy.
The floor beats are sweaty.
So I actually really liked that song she sang. I think those like vocals that the Sims put in there was really nice. However, the transition from that to the rap music I was playing, a bit awkward. But they seem to be getting along. That all seems to be going pretty well. All the other Islanders are just kind of hanging out. I like that Luna goes straight back to drinking. Of course, Juice is non-alcoholic apparently. But whatever. And it looks as though Ava is like playing chess by herself. Everyone else is slowly getting ready for bed. I didn't assign beds to anyone, so they're all just kind of sleeping wherever they want, not necessarily together. I don't enforce that or anything. So it looks as though they've like gotten the Murphy bed down and everything like that. They're sleeping on couches. Nothing really too romantic just yet. I love when they're like getting ready together, or like when they climb up a ladder at the same time. Like I love how Sims and The Sims 4 just like combine together and like create a human centipede from time to time. I think that's pretty great. So weirdly, like when Cole goes downstairs, Joffrey, whoever that is, like he pulled down the Murphy bed and then didn't sleep in it. He just decided to pull it down and then nap on the couch. So then Cole just climbs in that bed and releases some pent-up aggression. I'll put it that way. Just in the same room, just openly, you know, little Sims things, little Simsy things. Oh! So I just love this view from Windenburg. I love being able to see the ruins of the castle in the distance, and of course we're actually on an island here, so just completely surrounded by water. I think it's such a beautiful location. Like, I felt like the villa fit best in Reynolds Bay before, but this one I was just like, I have to have them move here just for the view alone. I just think it's beautiful, and I love the South African one, so I was like, I have to try it. I definitely am going to try to build like the Las Vegas one and the other like US season 1 house, maybe even the Australia ones too. If you're interested in that, let me know. And I might upload those, put those in a gallery, maybe post a little video if I ever do decide to do that. But it looks as though Garrison was working out downstairs in the downstairs garden when he gets a little visitor by Vivian, and they start flirting, and like Ava's like right upstairs, right by the chess game, and I mean their flirting's getting pretty intense, but no one seems to be noticing, and if they are noticing, they don't seem to be caring, surprisingly.
Garza.
I would say they were definitely like passing a line, crossing a line there. Like, that's not just friendly banter or anything. Like, that's some serious flirting going on. And I don't know, I'd be worried if I was their couples for sure. I love this little clip of Luna just being sick randomly. I had to include that because that was my reaction seeing Vivian and Garrison together. I'm like, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing right now? I personally don't like Garrison very much. He was like a big whiny baby for the beginning. And now he seems to have settled down with Ava. But like, if he is gonna like start flip-flopping now while we're getting close to the end, it's like, come on. Like, he was already kind of annoying me, and I was just like, because I actually do like Ava, and I think like even her and Xavier would work well together. Like, I could see her having potential with so many other people, and she chose him, and he's just like still just a whiny baby. I don't really like him. And I feel like Ava knew I was talking about her because she just all of a sudden looked straight into the camera. And that terrified me. It reminded me of like Sims 2 days or whatever. I was like, And our little alien Colton is awkwardly trying to find a bed that he can sleep in. Again, him and Joffrey like aren't very close, so I don't really, he might feel uncomfortable sharing a bed with him, which is stupid that they're a couple, but whatever. So he kind of like walks around, doesn't really know where to go. Meanwhile, the peeping Tom is just outside, creeping through the windows. I freaking hate them. Like, if you don't build a fence around your entire house, then they're just gonna be there. It's so annoying. So yeah, Colton's just like walking room to room, bed to bed, trying to find one that he likes. And he goes up to the upstairs garden, decides, better not, and heads back inside. And that was probably for the best because Vivian and Garrison just strut on over. They go to the sun lounges that are just out there in the open, and they decide to woohoo right there. So they're just straight up cheating on their partners, and they're woohooing just in the middle of the garden on the first night during finals week. So go them. Love that for them. And yeah, like, no one is really paying them any mind, any attention whatsoever. I guess that's why they feel that they can openly just do that. They're like, no one's paying attention. Like, they were pretty much flirting in front of, like, Ava was just a little bit away with a nice clear shot of them, and they were flirting, so I guess they just don't care. But Ava's just too distracted playing Llama Llama. She doesn't really care until she wins or loses or whatever. And then she decides, oh, let me go check on what's going on over here, and sees that they're woohooing. And weirdly, she's like not that upset. I kind of expected them to do like the whole crying thing and her to go run to a bed to go cry in, but instead she just like plops on next to him, takes a seat, and just watches it go down. And I love this like non-copyright sad piano music I have playing in the background. I didn't really mean to have this playing during the scene, but I just love like the music playing with her like faces going on, like chef's kiss. Like that is just like great. Like what a disaster, what a mess. And again, everyone else in the house is just paying them no mind. They're just doing their own thing. They're wrapping up their games. They're cleaning up their dishes, washing their face, and all heading to bed. Meanwhile, Xavier is relaxing in the refreshing moonlight after burning all day long. So he's probably going to stay up by himself all night. And then once Vivian and Garrison finish up their business, there's no argument to be had, no words even to exchange, apparently. Ava just gets up and walks away afterwards and doesn't say anything. And Garrison and Vivian are just left there to like casually talk and enjoy the good times they had. Like, I guess like maybe they're open. Maybe they're in an open relationship now, Garrison and Ava. I don't know, but she does not seem too upset or fazed by it. She just kind of was a little bit grossed out by Vivian and left. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I guess maybe he's free to pursue this. I don't know.
Craney, Maya flew.
And for everyone else, they're all getting ready and going to bed. They're all sleeping tight with all the lights still on. Sleeping peacefully as the peeping Tom creeps over their shoulder and jerks it to their unconscious bodies. How nice and romantic. During all of this, though, my Sim ages up. And I think he becomes an adult, most likely. I actually keep Hot Dogs, the Sim host, in the house at all times, but he lives in the walls, unknown to the islanders. He lives behind the mirrors, behind the glass. And so you'll see when you download the villa, there's going to be like rooms that have like a bed and stuff in it, and that's where I usually keep Hot Dogs. So that's where he is right now. He's down on the like first floor garden. Behind the fire pit, right where all the drama goes down. That's where he is, and he just lives there by himself, a poor lonely man, just like me. And it doesn't look as though Hot Dogs the Sim is going to have a birthday party or anything. No presents for him. However, it does seem as though the peeping Tom that's been outside for hours is going to get a nice little treat, as instead of having an argument or anything, it seems as though Ava and Garrison have decided to woohoo. Ava said, "No need to argue. I saw what happened. I saw what you did to her, and I want to order the same thing, baby. I want those sloppy seconds." And that's what she got. And the peeping Tom is enjoying it. He rips his pants off. He's having a good time in my front yard. I'm going to have to call a maid to come clean the windows after. But they're putting on a show for him. And whatever. He waited long enough. Okay, the man deserves it, I guess. He's been out there for days. But with that, I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. We saw how all of our couples interacted and how things changed. We'll see how things, if there's any fights to be had, if everyone's just cool with partners swapping. Who knows? Like, they're all pretty close. I don't know. But I do have a little twist under my sleeve. I've been teasing it a few times, talking about how there's no new faces entering the house anymore. But we do have 4 Islanders returning to the house, okay? And they're all excited and ready for a second chance. So these 4 Islanders you met on the Casa Amor twist. 2 of them were boys that entered the villa, and the other 2 are girls that entered Casa Amor. They only had a short time to get to know these boys and girls, but they're ready for round 2 to see if they can make any lasting impressions. So each Islander that's came in, I've kind of given them more and more of an advantage as they have less and less time to really build relationships. So last week for those new Islanders, they had to be supernatural. They could use their gifts to try to persuade the Islanders to couple up with them. Now these guys will try to use their past history to get these Islanders to couple up with them. We'll see if it works. We'll see if they'll be able to make it to the finale. That's next week, okay? But for now, you'll just have to wait and stay tuned, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday where these 4 Islanders meet some new faces and see some returning faces of their past. We'll see if any new sparks are created, or if any of them are rewritten, or whatever. I've been talking too much, now I'm just rambling. But I love you guys. I love all my little beanie weenies. Make sure that you go on the gallery at Singleton RW, and you can download this South African Love Island house. You can also download the original villa and Casa Amor as well. Let me know if you want me to build the rest of the Love Island houses, and I will. You can also download the Islanders there, so there's a lot to check out on the gallery page. Again, that's Singleton RW. And of course, subscribe, comment, hit the bell. I am a little lonely wiener, and I do actually genuinely love the feedback. You can also give me hate and criticism. No one has so far, even though I tell you guys to do it every video, so that's pretty surprising. Much love there. Ooh, that was a really weak burp. But yeah, I'll see you guys Wednesday. Bye.